Season 2, Episode 21, A Very Dinosaur Birthday Party with Adam Wallace. But first, a word from our sponsor. The Hitchhiker's Guide for Educators podcast will begin in 22 seconds. Hi, welcome to Season 2, Episode 21 of TeacherGoals Tech Talks. I'm Amanda Fox here with co-host Heather Brown, and we're excited you decided to hitchhike your way today with us through not only tech tools, but the pedagogies and strategies behind them. Today's episode is super special to me. We have Adam Wallace, New York Times bestseller of his How to Catch series, and he's on tonight to share his brand new book, A Very Dinosaur Birthday. And one of the reasons it's so special to me is because my birthday is on Friday and it's in pre-order now. And Adam Wallace is just such an amazing, beautiful soul who gives so much to the to children and the author community. And we're excited to have him back on and really pump up his book. Heather?
Yes, and some of you may have seen him on the podcast during World Read Aloud Day as well. And I know that my little 4-year-old loves his books as well. And let's bring up Mr. Adam Wallace. I'm so excited to hear this.
Same.
Mr. Adam Wallace, that's very
Mr.
formal.
Yes.
It's funny, I did my teaching degree, and when I was doing my teaching rounds, I was writing on the whiteboard, and one of the kids is like, Mr. Wallace, and I just kept writing, Mr. Wallace. I'm like, oh, that's me. I know you call Mr. Wallace that often.
Well, a lot of female teachers, we go into the profession early, and then if you get married, your name changes, and then they call you your new name, and it's just, you know, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's the same kind of thing, except not. But yeah, so we're super excited for your new book, and you're going to be in the States soon. Can you tell us about where all you're going to be and where people can find you here? Because, you know, you're in Australia, and what time is it there now for those of, tuning in?
It's 10 o'clock, and you can see I'm rugged up with like 3 layers of my beanie because it's freezing today as well. So yeah, we're in winter at the moment down in Australia in Melbourne. But yeah, I'm coming over on Sunday. I fly over on the 18th, and I start in San Francisco at a couple of bookstores there, and then head over to Denver, and then to Dallas, and then to Chicago, all within 7 days. So it's going to be a whirlwind trip, but it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to do it.
I looked at your schedule and I tried so hard to like, where can I fit in? What city can I go to meet you in person? Because we've had this wonderful exchange virtually, and you've been so kind to even look at some of the things that I've written. And I'm a big fan. My kids are a big fan, and you're one of those people who have a heart of gold and continually give back to kids and just to people who aspire to be authors. So I can't thank you enough.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. And I really appreciate you saying that. And it's one of the things that I set as a goal, I guess. When I started out, I had so many people and some authors who were, like the top authors in Australia would sit with me for a couple of hours and just have a chat and sometimes look at my work. And I just found it so valuable. I always decided that when I felt like I knew some stuff, I would be able to pass that on as well. So yeah, look, and it's great. It's lovely to connect. It would have been awesome to see you in person, but I'll just come back for a holiday another time.
There you go.
Absolutely. And like, hopefully I'll be over in Australia again soon. I've been fortunate enough to go twice. So there's that potential opportunity as well. So if you are watching, just, drop in the comments where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We'd love to hear where you're tuning in. And if you have any questions for Adam about the writing process, about what it's like to publish a book, or, what it's like to be a famous best-selling author.
That still
Or
feels weird to
maybe
hear that.
even share what your favorite book of his is.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe
So if you have
least
a favorite, or least favorite, does that exist? I mean,
actually, it's funny because if I go to schools, kids often ask me what's your favorite book, and they'll ask what's your least favorite book. I'm like, no, they're like my children. I don't have a least favorite book. They're all my favorite.
Yeah, no, like writing is putting an effort into creating a piece and putting it out into the world. It's like creating a child.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are some that I think the ones that become books are generally the ones that I'm going to have really loved because I'm going to have pushed them and tried to get them to become books. And the ones that didn't go so well, no one's ever going to see those anyway. So yeah, they're my least favorite ones. They're hiding away on my computer.
Absolutely. So Hector Martinez says hi from Texas. Yeah. We've got Texas. And then Mario, yes, it is live on YouTube. It should be streaming. If you, well, obviously he's not going to hear me because it's a comment, but yeah, we're live from actually near Chicago. We're both in Illinois. I'm like in Heatherstown this week, so
yes,
we've been teaching steampunks camps, and your name came up, and we talked to the kids about you, and we have them making video games based on kids' books, and just
they're having a blast.
Yeah, cool stuff. But we want to hear more about your new book that's coming out. It's in pre-order right now. Yes. And again, it's kismet because my birthday's Friday and it's coming out. What's the actual release date?
The 20th, which I believe will be next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Probably.
Yeah. So if I order it
out on Tuesdays.
If I order it on my birthday, I should get it pretty soon after release. So.
Exactly. It worked out perfectly. I love when stuff like that happens and it sort of fits in really nicely. It's great. But yeah, it's very exciting. It's my first book with Tommy Nelson, the publisher over in America. So that's very exciting. And they've been really awesome to work with. And yeah, it's just been a really fun experience all around. Actually, I wrote it back in 2020. So yeah, 3 years ago that I wrote it. And
you mean when that pesky thing, the pandemic, was going on?
Yeah, that pesky pandemic. And not only that, but I actually dodged the pandemic a little bit and spent a lot of time with my mum, but it wasn't good because she'd broken her back in 2 places. So I was staying with her and looking after her, but she often wouldn't wake up and wouldn't be able to do much anyway, but wouldn't wake up till sort of 10 or 11. And so I always wake up at 6 or 7. So I'd be writing in the morning. So I'd write a book. And then when she woke up, I would go in and take her some breakfast, a cup of tea, and I'd read her the book and we'd sort of chat through it. And that was where this one came from, was doing it, reading it with my mum and writing it when I was staying down with her, which is really cool.
That's amazing.
I love that special story.
So I know you have worked with Novel Effect prior on having some soundscapes done. We had you on for World Read-aloud Day, and you were fantastic. Unfortunately, Inchy, the intern, couldn't join us this time. He just wasn't available. He's being difficult. So
disappointing.
He sends his regards.
He had such good jokes.
He did. But just basically, just give us a little context of what the story's about, what inspired it outside of the pandemic and the conditions.
Yes. So I should show, shouldn't I? So it's a Very Dinosaur Birthday. There it is there. And illustrated by Christopher Nielsen, which has been really great. He's been really good. First time I've worked with him as well. And really it was kind of in terms of inspired, I was sort of looking at the How to Catch books and thinking what's something I could do that's sort of got that similar feel to it, but is different, a totally different series. And yeah, I mean, I love all the dinosaurs and the unicorns and all the animals I've written about. And so just thinking what's a good setting. And I think it's a really interesting thing where one of the things I got taught, I guess, or the advice I got given in terms of creating a series was get a good character and then you can just drop them in all these different situations. And so, I mean, dinosaurs, unicorns, dragons, they're just amazing characters. And so thinking, where could I drop them? It's like birthday party would be perfect because every kid would love them at a birthday party. But, you know, be careful what you wish for, I guess, is a bit of a theme in the book.
Which is a beautiful theme. And I mean, my kids' birthday wishes, you know, you blow out the candle. One year, my kid, Mommy, do wishes come true? I say yes. And about 30 minutes later, he comes up, you lied, wishes don't come true. I was like, well, what did you wish for? He's like, for Connor, which is his brother, to not have hands so he can't touch stuff. I was like, wow. So
that's great.
Creative kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Be careful what you wish for. So I can't wait to dive into this read aloud. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go? So will Novel Effect be will they be creating a soundscape for this one?
Yeah, so actually I've got a meeting with them on, I think, my Friday morning, so I think your Thursday, and to do a review of what they've been working on to check it out and chat with them. So I chatted with them a few weeks ago and had a really nice chat, and they've been working on it since then. So yeah, there is going to be a soundscape from Novel Effect with it.
Amazing. So if you didn't tune in for World Read Aloud Day, he's got a soundscape for some of his other books. And this book this is the first time I'm going to hear it too. So I'm just as excited as all of you like tuning in. So we're going to drop down and give you the show full screen.
Awesome.
And I'm going to sit here like my 6-year-old would and just be amazed at the Read Aloud magic. So
awesome.
Turning it over to you.
Let's do it. So here we go. It is a Very Dinosaur Birthday, written by me, Adam Wallace, and illustrated by the awesome, which hand? This hand? Christopher Nielsen. Yeah, Very Dinosaur Birthday. It's really cool. Like the end pages have all the different dinosaurs with their names, little to and from. Some more dinosaurs there as well. And it was really cool because Christopher illustrated us in the little pictures of the authors. We're a bit closer. He illustrated us as dinosaurs. So I don't have my cap on today. I've got my beanie, but I do like wearing a scarf. And so I'm the Wallosaurus Rex and he's the Chrysilatops. Oh, I should say the dedication as well, which is for Mum. Thanks for listening to the drafts of this story. You couldn't move because your back was broken, but thanks anyway. And Chris says for Oma and her perfect Eden. So here we go. Dinosaurs are big and strong. They're clumsy and they're farty. Ew. So would you really want them coming to your birthday party? If they bring you presents, they will probably be old and stinky and broken and covered in mold. It hasn't started well, but it gets better. Dinosaurs love hide and seek, but finding them's no fun. The Brontosaurus hides its head, but not its giant bum. I love the Stegosaurus under the lamp there. That's how I would hide in hide and seek. Now, lost my head. When it's time for pass the parcel, T-Rex will come last. His tiny arms can't grab the parcel as the parcel's passed. But pinning tails on donkeys is fun for one and all, but a dizzy Ankylosaurus will crash right through your wall. Now, if your birthday's at a pool, that would be a win. Except that there's no water once the dinosaur jumps in. I love the little, down here, the little inflatable dinosaur. Now, dinos are polite. Look, they don't want to be rude, but in one mighty mouthful, they have eaten all the food. Blowing out the candles can be done with style and grace, but if a dino helps, the cake will decorate your face. I love how the kids are like all freaking out, but the dinosaurs are having a great time. Now, you thought a dino birthday party would be just the best, but you're so stressed you trudge up to your bedroom for a rest. It's all kind of gone bad. This is one of my favorite moments in picture books, that low moment. And it gets worse. Triceratops feels bad and wants to give your mood a lift. Uh-oh, it barged into your room and now it's broken every gift. They want to make you happy. They know just what to do. And so they play a game of catch. What are they catching? A you. The kid's sort of enjoying it, but sort of terrified, I think. You do some finger painting. They make a birthday card. But since they don't have fingers, finger painting's rather hard. This really is becoming the coolest party ever seen, especially when a dino tummy is a trampoline, which would be amazing. I love this little kid. Oh, up here, flying off. Now, you won't be caught when playing tag, not when you decide Velociraptor is the fastest dino you can ride. Now, your party was amazing, and if you ask and ask all year, perhaps the dinos can come back for extra Christmas cheer. And then it's really cool at the end. Oh, first of all, there's Brontosaurus still trying to play hide and seek. Got some more dinosaurs there. And then on the very last end pages, it's actually got ideas for your own dinosaur birthday party. Different things you can write on invitations, decorations you can do, snacks, all these different things, some activities you can do to make it a really cool dinosaur birthday party as well. So that's in the back too, which we actually had lots of fun writing that. So that's a Very Dinosaur Birthday party. First read aloud I've done with it actually, which is really cool.
So I'm excited that the first read aloud was with us. And
Yes.
Well, number one, because we're your biggest fans.
Oh,
Which,
sure.
People who are watching, you can argue with us, but like biggest fans. My favorite was actually my not so favorite, but favorite was when they ate all the food.
Yeah, that was a bit rough, that one.
Yeah, like, so what kind of food would be at this dinosaur party?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, I'm allergic to so many things that I would just have like grapes, but I'm trying to think what sort of snacks we did in the end pages there.
I just learned out I'm severely allergic to bananas.
Really?
Yeah. Bananas.
Oh, that would hurt. I have a banana smoothie like every single day. that would kill me. We thought it'd be cool to have like pretzels as dinosaur bones. We could have grapes as dinosaur eggs, swamp slime with green jello. Dinosaur claws could be bugle chips. I don't actually know what they are.
That's
Maybe
what I
it's
was thinking was dinosaur claws bugle chips.
Really? What are bugle chips?
Oh my gosh.
You don't know bugles?
No.
Yeah.
They're
So
like
Made
bagels.
it's the cultural separation of Australia and America. I also learned. So I did a keynote in Australia, and I learned that you guys don't know what goldfish are.
What?
Goldfish crackers.
Oh no, we know what goldfish are, but not the crackers.
Yeah. So So the crackers. Yeah. So bugles are these different flavored chips.
They're like triangles.
They look like claws. Yeah, they're like triangles, but they're hollow, and you can put them on your finger.
On your fingers.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look them up. That sounds amazing.
Well, you're here.
Well, you're coming to the States.
Exactly.
Let's
Go
put
get
him on and
some.
pretend to be a dinosaur.
Let's
Yeah, that's a great
actually
idea.
this is your book tour right here.
It
So
is, yes.
let's look at that. So you're in
June
California.
24th. Let's see. What am I doing?
Oh yeah, right. Well, we're in Illinois right now, so she's in Illinois. So 2 p.m. Barnes and Noble.
That's Madeline Napierville, yeah.
Yeah, but June 19th, he's in Pleasanton, California at 11 a.m. at Town Center Books. Dublin, California at 4 p.m. at Dublin Public Library. So if you are in California, make sure you put this on your calendar. You go check it out. Go ahead and pre-order. Like, I know you would sign books for anyone who comes and attends, and you're so great with kids, and my kids love you. They are actually tuning in right now.
Awesome.
from Kentucky. June 20th, we have Colorado, and 11:15 at Columbine Library. Sorry, I'm squinting. I'm trying to read. And then 6 p.m. at the Tattered Cover Aspen Grove.
Yes, which I've been told by a friend here who's an author over in Australia and has done some things in America as well and has been there, who said the Tattered Grove bookstore she's like, it's the best bookstore in the world. She loved it. So I'm very excited to check that out.
So I'm adding that to my list of books. Right now, my bucket list bookstore is Literati in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
They have a book called Notes from a Typewriter, and people just go in and type it up, and they compiled all of these things. So that's like but I'm adding Tattered Cover Aspen Grove to my list. I love bookstores.
Yeah,
June 21st at Inner Bang. I love that, Inner Bang Books. 10:30 at Dallas, Texas. 2:00 p.m. Bookmarks in North Park. And then you're in, is there a Dallas, Illinois? Is there really?
I think that's a typo. Yes.
I was going to say, I don't think there's a Dallas, Illinois that I know of.
Yeah, that was the first one we put up when we picked that typo.
Sorry, I pulled this from like a couple weeks ago. So a mystery location in Illinois.
That's actually Dallas in Texas. It's apparently I think it's the Lincoln Barnes and Noble, and it's the biggest Barnes and Noble in Texas or in America or something. It's one of the huge ones, so that'll be cool.
Amazing. So yeah, so a lot like Barnes and Noble there, and then June 24th in Illinois at Barnes and Noble. So
I get the 23rd off. I actually get to have a bit of a day there, which will be relaxing and lovely.
Do you really have it off though?
No, they've already organized
flying that day or something.
Yeah, and there's a conference that you're going to as well, correct?
Yes, the ALA conference, which is in Chicago. I think that's on the 24th as well. So, going to be at a stand there and chatting to people who are around. I think it's the Library Association, I guess the American Library Association trade show. So, yes, I'll be there chatting to the librarians, which is always great. I love meeting the librarians and love meeting the kids. And as you said, like I love being around kids, and kids respond really well, which is really nice. So I'm hoping there's going to be lots of kids at all the various readings and talks and everything too, because that's one of my favorite things is interacting with kids, and hearing kids laughing is that's the best sound in the world, I reckon.
It really is. And like, who doesn't love dinosaurs? We had you on for How to Catch a Dinosaur in February, and when you told me the Very Dinosaur birthday was coming out, I was like, oh my gosh, when we have to have you back on. Like, we love you so much, and we just want to support everything that you do. And
thank you so much.
No, you're fantastic. So let's go into some Q&A. We did this before, but what is your favorite dinosaur?
Look, I do usually say Velociraptor or Triceratops are my two favorites, but then there's T-Rex, there's Brachiosaurus, is so big, but I think Velociraptor and Triceratops would be my two favorites.
What was Ducky in Land Before Time?
Oh, I don't remember, but chances are my son can tell you.
I don't remember either. So
I'm gonna look it up.
My evolution of favorite dinosaurs, it was Ducky because of the yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. And I think with Jurassic Park, Velociraptors kind of became my favorite.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, because Blue was just lovely.
yes. And
Ducky is, are you ready?
Yep.
Saurolophus.
Saurolophus.
Not saying I'm saying it right, but
yeah, not on my radar, but yeah, so amazing, growing up with child of the 80s, growing up. I think that's the first movie I ever cried in, was Land Before Time.
Oh, yeah, it was a great movie. And it had kind of everything, didn't it? Like it was cute, but there was action, but it was sad, but it was funny. It was. I just want to watch it again now, just talking about it.
I know. Well, I think we have there were the Land Before Time 2 and 3, and there's probably
there's 20 of them, I swear.
Yeah. But then Michael Crichton, before Jurassic Park, I was reading his books, and I know that if your books were out when I was little, I would have flocked to them. And I love now that, being a parent, I get to live through it all again. And I'm pulling these into, the nightly readings and the books that we have on our shelves. And I love the STEM. So for teachers that are watching, the STEM connection with the How to Catch a series, because it's always about creating the traps.
Yeah.
And how would you trap a dinosaur, or how would you catch a dinosaur? How would you catch any of the mythical, mystical, and historical creatures?
Yes, it's great. And that's been one of the really cool things, is seeing what kids, but even what a lot of teachers have done at schools, and getting the kids to design their own traps. And my favorite, I think I may have mentioned this before, my favorite was at one school down here, they said, we want you to do a trap, design a trap to catch the tooth fairy. And all the boys are like, yeah. And all the girls are like, no. So they designed safe houses to put the tooth fairy in so the boys couldn't catch the tooth fairy. That is the coolest. So yeah, that's been a really nice benefit of that. And even with the Very Dinosaur Birthday, I've been sort of writing down ideas of how the STEM and STEAM could work into that as well. Like designing a swimming pool that would keep the water in when the dinosaur jumps in, and different things like that kids can do. And so I think it'd be really fun with this to see where teachers go with it as well.
I think I'm going to have a very, dinosaur themed birthday party myself, and create a Pinterest page of all the dinosaur foods that I create, and all the stuff that we serve our guests. So
that would be amazing. And I actually have some good news as well, in that the next one in the series is going to, I think I can say this, because we're in the sort of illustration-y sort of phase of it, is going to be a Very Dinosaur Christmas as well. So I'm not sure if it'll be out in time for this year or if it'll be next year. I'm not sure exactly the release date, but that's going to be the next one in the series we're doing.
Well, we can't wait to have you on for that.
Excellent. I'll book it in.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Just aspiring words for young authors, young illustrators, people who want to get started, or who just love books. What would you leave them with?
I mean, I think that's the key. If you love books, keep reading. If you love and you're aspiring to be an author or illustrator, just keep doing it and do it as much as you can. And as much as you can, go to things like readings and book launches and things like that, because most authors are very happy to chat to you if you've got any questions and give advice. So, and that's where I found my writing really took off, was when I started to get out of my little house and writing on my computer and actually chatting to other authors. And that was, as we said before, they were so fantastic, and they gave back so much that, yeah, if you're aspiring, get amongst the books and the writing, and just write what you love. If you love dinosaurs, write about dinosaurs. If you love chess, write about playing chess. Just write what you love, and then that excitement that you have is going to make writing a whole lot easier.
And it's going to transcend to the reader. I think when you write about what you love, that love comes across in that writing, and
Absolutely.
and for the readers that love reading, start with what you love.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we get, especially when we're at school and university or college and everything, we read a lot of what we have to read, that we're given to read by teachers and lecturers and things. So yeah, any chance I got, I just read what I loved, and I think that's really important. And now, as an adult, I can just read what I love all the time, and it's the best. I have 3 books going on the go all the time, basically. 1 for the morning, 1 for the evening, and 1 for during the day. So yeah.
What are you reading right now?
So I just finished Harpo Speaks, which is my favorite book of all time, Harpo Marx's autobiography. So I've got to get a new one for that section of the day. I'm reading David Sedaris, that's sort of his diary entries, which are hilarious and crazy. And I'm actually reading a book, Great Speeches of History, which sort of goes right back to biblical times, right through. I actually don't know how current it goes to, but it sort of gives a little background on the people who made the speeches and the speech, and then actually got a transcript of the speech as well. So yeah, you usually have like at least 1 or 2 nonfiction and then a fiction one on the go as well.
I love the diversity, and that last book would be right up my alley. So love history.
So cool. Yeah,
and I wouldn't touch it.
And isn't that what's great about books as well, is that one person can totally love it and one person wouldn't go near it. And that's fantastic, I think, because we all have those things we love and the things we don't, which is great for us as writers as well, to realize that not everyone's going to love what we do. It's not possible. And that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But I don't know how anyone could not love your books or what you do, or you as a person.
It happens.
Oh, so it does, like being part of different author groups. Like you see people who post about the 1-star reviews. Can I ask you that question? Have you gotten is there a 1-star review that's resonated with you?
Oh, I have seen some 1-star reviews of the How to Catch books. I'm trying to think of things I said. I don't know if these were the 1-stars, but certainly there's been complaints that the title is really misleading because the kids don't catch the characters. So
that's the point.
Yeah, it's a how to catch. Doesn't mean that they catch them, but people will say my child was really disappointed because you didn't catch it at the end.
You didn't give them instructions on how to catch the tooth fairy.
That's right. But then my reply is, we kind of did give instructions. It's just the tooth fairy's too smart. Like the research in these books. Yeah, that's right. And the research was intricate. And one of my favorite things I ever typed into Google was, I think it was the tooth fairy actually, where it was like facts about the tooth fairy or facts about unicorns. And I love typing these in and getting the facts about these mythical creatures that are real, by the way. Yeah, so that's one. And then the rhyming. It's interesting. The rhyming often gets that if there's a review that doesn't sort of like it, it's often saying, the rhyming is a bit clunky and things like that. And which again, I find, and that's on me because I should be writing it that anyone can read it anyway and it's going to work. But we go over the rhyming so many times. I'm like, oh man,
you're from Australia. There's different intonation. There's different ways you say words, and we don't always say it the same here. So that's the translation between different accents. So
that's a great point. And even I guess within different states, in America there's different accents, isn't there? And some southern states say words a bit longer, and yeah.
So rhyming is an art, and it depends on also the geographic region of where the reader is from. So to my readers out there, be kind. Yeah. Because your long A might not be the same for someone else. And
well, that's right. So maybe when we do rhyming stories,
ours disappear.
Yeah. So maybe we need to 50 different versions of each book. So we got one for each state.
Not necessary. No, just the kindness of the readers. And I ask that because, with Teacher Goals, we publish books. We look at, we have a person who specializes in editing and meter. And it's people who don't write kids books, they don't understand that it could go through 12 to 30 iterations. And that the author actually does take time. We go through it and we're very conscientious and try to make it perfect. And with all the geographic regions and dialects, like it's impossible to have it perfect everywhere. And it was fair to ask you about the one-star review. So now let's go to the other side. Give me your favorite 5-star review. You have way more of than the ones, but to the authors out there, even New York Times bestselling authors get 1-star reviews. So.
We do, and I think that's it's not a terrible thing in a way. And I know some people who will look at the 5-star reviews and the 1-star reviews when selecting a book, and also if all the reviews are around 2.5 or 3, you're kind of just getting that lukewarm response. Like you want a bit of a passion, I love it or I hate it response. I think it's actually a good thing. And just a fun thing on the rhyme as well, before I say the 5-star reviews, it's interesting because I'll often try and read and put a different emphasis on different sections of different words, just in case people read it like that, to see if it works in those different ways, as well as reading it the way that I hear it in my head as well. And reading it out loud is really important as well, because when you read it in your head compared to when you read it out loud, you often do read it quite differently.
You do.
And so as an author, it's good to do that as well. But yeah, 5-star review, look, they're all pretty awesome. I can't think of any that have really stood out. Often it's when it's just seeing, someone saying my daughter or my grandchild love this book. Like that's why I write it, is to get the kids to love it. And if the adults can love it as well, the parents, because they're the ones reading it a lot of the time, I think that's also really important. So yeah, just those reviews that say they love it, or the ones that not necessarily for the How to Catch, but for some of my other books for the older kids, where it will say something like, my son never reads and hates reading, but he read your book 3 times. Like that's the sort of one that really just gives me such a chills. It's amazing to hear that kid could then potentially have started a love of reading, and that might lead to who knows what that ripple effect is going to be. So yeah, those ones are really cool to read those.
Yeah, I actually keep copies of your book in my trunk, and I give them to people.
Oh, that's so cool.
I do. Recently gave one away to someone, and it's just, number one, I love books. I love good books, and I love dinosaurs. So How to Catch a Dinosaur in my trunk, and I'm just like, take this, give this to your son.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm the same. I love dinosaurs. I was thinking when you were talking before about loving dinosaurs as a kid, and I used to actually have little toys and models of dinosaurs all over my room. I don't know if you remember those little wooden things where you make the fossil.
Yes. I have one on my coffee table at home right now.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm a mother of 2 boys that are 6 and 8. Like we do lots of growing animals, like chisel out animals, fossils.
I did one of those the other day.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are not easy, those chisel out ones. They took me ages.
You have to let it soak in the water.
Oh, really?
Oh, we didn't do that either.
No, I was just
Killian gets the eggs, and you soak it in water before you dig it out of the egg.
There you go.
Cheating. No, that's cheating. We have to be true archaeologists. We have to chisel. We have to chisel hard and carefully. And
I was worried about breaking them, because some of them were tiny little, like the arms on the one I had were teeny.
Yes.
Maybe every second one I'll soak.
Thank you again so much for coming on tonight. You're one of my favorite author humans on the planet, and I'm excited that this was the first time that you got to read it out loud, and we cannot wait.
So honored.
Yes, I cannot wait to receive this book. And I'm a 40-year-old woman, and I would totally have a dinosaur themed birthday party. So
that's amazing.
Actually 39 this year. So.
And thank you so much for having me on. I love that we can do this, that we can connect this way, and I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to even have me on and talk to me, and the support you give to authors in general, and the encouragement you give into kids is just fantastic. So yeah, I really appreciate it, and thank you.
Well, I cannot wait to see. I know, once this book hits market, there's going to be a million Pinterest pages for, how to throw a dinosaur birthday party. So I fathom, or I'm forecasting that in the next year or two, we will have one.
Yeah.
But not for me, you know, because I'm not that lucky. But like for one of my boys, I will live vicariously through them.
Yeah. Absolutely. I should do one though. I should do it for my birthday this year. That'd be awesome.
There you go.
There we go.
At one of the spots on the tour, I can't remember which one now, but one of the libraries is having their 15-year anniversary, and so they're going to have like a birthday party, and they're doing a dinosaur themed party. They're going to have like a 7-foot tall velociraptor there and stuff like that. So that's going to be, I think it might be the one in Dublin. I'll have to check, but that's going to be awesome. I'm hanging for that one.
I would too. We need to get you in the National Science Museum if you're not there yet.
Ooh.
If anyone from there is watching and can make that happen, like, yeah.
I'll be there. I'm always happy to come over to the States.
We're always happy to have you here. And if there's any schools out there that are interested in having Adam come, I'm certain if we could get like 10 of you to get him over, he would happily flight. So how can they get in contact with you?
So probably through my website is the easiest. Even just Googling Adam Wallace, it'll come up. It's a long website. It's like adam-wallace-books.com. That's got all my contact details. Otherwise on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, I'm on there as well. And yeah, just an email. And the website's got all the details of school visits and even virtual school visits as well. I can do to America as well. Not quite the same, but it still kind of works okay. But yeah, I'd love to do an in-person one at some stage in the schools in America. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely. And I just posted or just commented your website. So if you're interested in having Adam come out to your school virtually or in person, that's where you book him. And you saw how amazing this virtual reading was. Now imagine your kids getting to come up to the computer, ask him questions, and have that special interaction, because interacting now with authors, with role models, which you are, that's how we inspire the future generations to go on to give back to society and do wonderful things like you're doing now.
I think so. And that's one of the things I found with the school visits, which I didn't do when I started. I would kind of just get up and do a talk. That once I started interacting with the kids and getting them, and we create stories together, we draw pictures together, it just took everything to a new level for me as well as the kids, I think, instead of me just, blabbing on for 45 minutes, which bored me. So yeah, I agree. I think the interaction and even for me, like meeting these other authors and even meeting people now, it inspires me to do so much. So yeah, I think that personal touch is really important. That face-to-face is really cool.
Yes. So again, we have John Wick who says thank you. John Wick, he's like one of our amazing principals in California who also edits our books for Teacher Goals. He says you're completely brilliant, which
thank you, John.
Yeah. But thank you.
I've got to be nice to someone called John Wick anyway. So
right. Right. So we look forward to future read alouds, and we wish you the best of luck with this book launch, the pre-order, and I cannot wait to have my own copy.
Thank you so much. It's been awesome to see you both.
Heather, anything?
I'm just sad that you're here next week instead of this week, because you could have taken that one day that you didn't have anything to come to our school. We're doing our STEAM camp this week, so it would have been perfect. But
that would have been amazing. We'll have to organize another time.
Exactly. I think Amanda's frozen.
Oh, she has.
Oh no, Amanda.
She's looking very focused.
She is. She's at a local hotel, so I'm not sure how good her internet is.
Yeah, but I love to even do a STEAM camp, like that STEAM side of things. And I mean, STEM's great, but having STEAM and interacting isn't the word. Integrating art into it as well.
Oh yes,
is just so cool, because then it's covering pretty much everyone.
Yes, and today we had the kids actually making their own video games, and so they got to design their actual characters.
Oh,
so that was really awesome.
That would have been, and they would have come up with some amazing things too, I bet.
Oh yeah, I was a villain. So I look very interesting as a villain. I always
You've
tease
got
the
that
kids
villain
I'm
vibe
more
about
like
you.
the antagonist and the protagonist in a story.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, okay, we've lost Amanda.
We have, and she's the one who has to close us out.
So,
I'm hoping she gets back on. Otherwise, I don't have a way to stop it.
oh, that's great. So is the camp still going for the next couple of days as well?
Yes,
Or is it-
we're going all the way through Friday, and we're going to switch over to looking at. Let's see if that was her who just sent me a message. We might look at augmented and virtual reality.
Ooh,
So we're
fun.
switching it up, and we have one middle school kid, and otherwise we have one student who's only been in preschool. So we have
Wow.
quite the range. So it's
Yeah.
amazing, and to see the different kids shine that normally don't is just so amazing.
Yes,
It's
love
just
that.
magical.
It is. I was
And
speaking
they
to a
get to
friend the other
interact
day.
in a different space than they normally do too.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
And that sort of thing brings out something. Like I was speaking to a friend the other day who just launched her book on last Sunday, and she said she went to a school and was doing the thing she does, and a couple of kids had contributed to it. And afterwards, the teacher said those kids literally never put their hand up for anything. So the fact that they did is incredible. So I think, yeah, once you get in that space of creativity and excitement and energy, that these kids can come out of themselves a little bit, and the ones who wouldn't normally speak are actually able to express themselves.
Yes, for sure. I absolutely love it.
You were freezing a bit then as well.
I'm sorry?
You froze a couple of times just then as well.
Oh, no. There she's back. Phew.
You know,
Hello again.
it's hotel internet. It's always fickle. So
Yeah.
I had to drop. But again, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. And we hope that teachers reach out. You have such an amazing collection of books and stories. And I'm going to end this tonight before I drop out again, because I have a feeling it's going to happen. So,
All right, we're out.
all right, we are out. We appreciate you. I'm going to play our lovely outro and end this live stream, but this is not the last of Adam Wallace you've seen, nor is it his last book. So grab it now on Amazon. It's on pre-order. Courses by Teacher Goals. Register now for the Canva Classroom.